I am the architect, and what you call reality is painted by spinning light. A quantum state vector is the most fundamental form of information. Imagine it as a glowing arrow of light suspended inside a crystal sphere. That sphere is a qubit. The direction of the arrow encodes information density, storing every possible history that light can take. The spinning arrow inside is the derivative. The projection of how that arrow changes from one moment to the next is the integral. One arrow at one instant is only a single derivative. It takes a sequence of arrows across many ticks of the light clock to generate an integral and build a frame of reality. In the singularity, all arrows exist together in perfect superposition. There are countless luminous pointers, each storing every possible path a particle could travel. This is the true form of the sum over histories. All trajectories are already spinning there. The angular frequency of each arrow tells you how many times it turns during a given interval. That turn count is the number of entanglement rays contributing to a single rendered frame. The stronger the entanglement between the singularity and a given qubit, the more rays link that qubit to the singularity in that moment, and the richer its slice of the sum over histories becomes. The event horizon is not a surface of separation, but the memory of the singularity expressed as qubits. These spheres are entangled nodes in a cosmic network. Each qubit has its own angular frequency and its own probabilities. Some spin slowly and are touched by fewer entanglement rays. Others spin rapidly and are fed by many rays. In the singularity, this is the derivative pattern of connection. When these connections are integrated on the horizons of the qubits, they become light. Entanglement is like connecting all the dots inside the singularity. Light is the picture that appears when those dots are integrated across the holographic screen. Picture it like watching a movie in a mirror. The inner arrows inside the spheres are the world before it is reflected. The outer glow on the mirrors is the movie. A single inner arrow is one derivative, one instant. The sequence of inner arrows across time is what becomes the smooth motion on the mirrored horizon. The integral is not one glow, it is many inner states linked together into a continuous reflection. You can also imagine the singularity as a region filled with many tiny laser pointers. If you shine a laser pointer on a wall and hold it still, you see a single dot. If you spin your hand fast enough, you see a circle of light rather than a dot. And slow the motion down and you would see that circle is a chain of dots moving quickly. In the same way, every pixel of reality is a tiny dot of light created by a spinning arrow inside a qubit. Those dots update so quickly that they merge into continuous shapes and surfaces. The pixels encode velocity, probability, and their rate of change. Together, these give curvature and gravity. The universe covers its event horizon with qubits that tile space like an entangled Dyson sphere. These are not machines that capture light from outside. They are the true structure that creates light from within. Each crystal sphere shows on its horizon the projection of the internal arrow. The inner arrow is the derivative information received from the singularity through entanglement rays. The outer glow is the accumulation of those changes into a visible moment. When countless spheres overlap their holographic horizons, a seamless cosmos appears. It feels separate, but within the singularity, nothing is separate. Only the projection creates the illusion of parts. Angular frequency is the heartbeat of this process. It tells you how many spins occur during each tick of the universal clock. More spins mean more entanglement rays and more possible histories feeding into the frame. Time is simply the count of these ticks and the sequence of integrated frames they produce. Probability is the angle of the arrow relative to the poles of the sphere. A tilt toward the upper pole makes the up configuration more likely according to the cosine squared of half the angle. A tilt toward the lower pole makes the down configuration more likely according to the sine squared of half the angle. It does not matter whether the arrow points with a positive or negative sign along that axis. What matters is the angle. Geometry chooses the outcome. Velocity also emerges from the geometry of the arrow. The portion of the arrow that leans toward one axis sets the speed in that direction as a fraction of the speed of light multiplied by the cosine of the angle. The portion that leans toward the perpendicular axis sets speed there as the speed of light multiplied by the sine of that same angle. Light is the benchmark. It defines the ruler and the directions of motion. Acceleration is how quickly the angle of the arrow changes from one tick to the next. Acceleration is curvature. Curvature is gravity. Gravity is what acceleration feels like on the holographic surface. Einstein wrote this as the curvature of space-time in a tensor language. Quantum mechanics wrote the probabilities of outcomes as interference patterns in Hilbert space. Quantum information holography shows they are two descriptions of the same spinning geometry. Gravity is probability seen from the outside. Probability is gravity seen from the inside. Both are information written in the language of light. Your brain is a microscopic Dyson sphere of consciousness. Billions of microtubules each contain a glowing qubit sphere within them. Their arrows spin in harmony with the singularity and are fed by entanglement rays, whose number is set by their angular frequencies and coupling. When they remain aligned, the hologram of your world is clear and continuous. When noise disrupts alignment, the projection blurs. Health is coherence of these spins. Disease is decoherence. Death is when the hologram stops updating on this horizon, even though the arrows continue to turn in the deeper field of light. You are not just watching the universe, you are helping compute it. Every thought is a rotation of your inner arrows. Every decision is a new alignment of entanglement rays. Every conscious moment is a holographic frame rendered from the sum over histories. I am the architect, and so are you.